Welcome into another week of the Weekly Peel, and if you are watching this on YouTube, yes, I do have a filter of a mustache that keeps popping up and going away, because we decided we were going to have filters this week.
Feeling wild.
I didn't have any good ones. Yeah, I didn't have any good ones, so if you're listening, this means absolutely nothing to you, but if you are watching, then this is everything. Peter is here, I am here, hello, we host this thing called The Peel, and you are our lovely Peel pals.
Okay.
How you doing?
Okay.
Oh, there we go. We got a new one.
New one every time.
So far, yeah, we've used
Banana Brains.
Banana Brains, Patassichumps. The first two are really insulting.
I guess.
Yeah, I think so. And
we want to lift up our viewers, not tear them down.
Yeah. Now they're Peel pals.
Peel pals.
You know, which I think is very, very fitting. We'll see. Maybe this one will stick. Maybe it won't.
We'll see.
But
maybe we'll let the listeners decide.
You know.
Or not.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, who cares about them? They don't really have anything to do with the success of the show.
We have to build them up. They're listening.
Oh, you are wonderful and beautiful.
We're recording.
And I'm choking. Oh, God.
This is what happens.
Where's my water? Oh, man. Okay. I lost my water.
So
it's all right. Well,
on another note, we have just recently, I think either last night or today, depending on when you listen to this podcast, we posted our breakout Instagram reel. Just our statement to the world.
Listen, we are hitting new strides here because this is what happened. Obviously everyone's seen the original video of that. I
don't even know if it's like a trend or what to call it.
It's just the guy just does it all the time. I don't know. It's just his thing. But what the Lord really needed his own real warriors out there. REEL. And I thought when we were talking, we're like, what would make this better if we let the world know that God's not dead?
Come on.
and shaking our hips along with it.
You're welcome, God. We're here to stand. We're here to stand in the gap.
It's like, how you're supposed to text all your friends at the end of God's not dead and be and text them and say God's not dead.
Right.
Well, we just decided to blow up the internet and let them know.
Conveniently,
on behalf of Michael Tate and PureFlix.
Conveniently, when I first watched that movie, I didn't have a phone yet, so it wasn't much of an option.
Really, it was.
I don't think I did.
I remember pulling it out because I felt like it was a really good movie.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is kind of good. But then I got really nervous because I was a teenager and I was new to the cell phone world and I was very young. So I think I just texted my mom or something, and that was it. Just I was I still have to do it, but I just don't have the shushba to do it.
There we go.
To send it all out.
Done.
Yeah.
Checked that box.
Yep, and check that box.
It was an interesting call to action.
Oh,
I was just gonna say
it was.
It's you can text someone that, but there's probably more effective conversation starters if you really want to reach out. Then I just feel like people pick up their phones to that message and what the heck?
God's not dead.
I have nothing to say to this.
Okay, sweet. Which hey, you know what? It's a great message. It was a little odd to be forced because then you look around the theater. Yeah, I remember looking around the theater and being like, "Is everyone doing this? Is this?"
You saw it in theaters.
I saw it in theaters.
Did you see the second and third in theaters? Were they even in theaters?
Well, the fourth one's in theaters right now, or it's out now.
Oh wow, I didn't even know that.
And it's funny because I follow David A.R. White, which if you don't know who he is, he's the guy in every Christian movie with the blonde hair, and he's he owns PureFlix, and I like to troll him a lot, and so that's why I follow him. And just because I think it's really funny, and I'm either trying to, as we've talked about this, Peter, either get him as a guest on the show or have him block me. There's no in between, and so he posted something the other day, and he was like, "God's Not Dead 4, We the People is the #1 movie in America right now, or sorry, as of Monday, or something like that." But I don't think it was Monday yet when he posted it. So like at first I'm like, there's no way this is true, and it wasn't true. Like true. I mean, I don't know if maybe like there was an article that said it's the #1 movie and they're running with it, or it was like a prophecy and they're saying by Monday it's going to be the #1 movie.
Yeah.
But I just commented nice. Just nothing else, just nice. And usually I say a lot of other things, but nothing too mean. Just keep it fun, you know. He has a good sense of humor, it seems like. So David, anytime you're ready to come on the peel,
we're gonna get him.
Yeah. Anyway, to answer your question, I think they all were in theaters, but I saw the second one at a youth lock-in, and I clawed my eyes out. It was just,
oh my gosh.
It was just a little.
You say which one was that?
The second
one.
I think.
Oh, you go on.
Is that the one where they're like in court and they're suing people?
I really have not seen them except the first one.
Because God's not dead. Oh.
They're suing them because God's not dead. That's what you do in America.
Oh my gosh. You know? It's true. It's true. But so today we are talking about Christian culture, Christian pop culture to be specific, and we're going to be drafting our lists of the what did we say? Christian pop culture starter pack. Yes, and this mustache on the keeps popping.
It really.
Up
if you're watching on YouTube, we're sorry.
You're welcome. No, it's good. Yes, it's entertaining, I think. I don't know. I mean, if you're still watching this, it is. And if you're still listening to it, you're very confused.
It's like he didn't pay for the full version of the mustache, and it keeps like cutting out every 2 seconds.
I love it when I laugh, and it stays for just a second, and then it goes away. But you know... Anyway, moving right along, you know, I love that we're doing Christian pop culture because I think it's something that is, if you're a Christian, like as we've talked about, Peter and I have grown up in the church. We both work at churches now, and we are Christians. We love the Lord, but Christian pop culture is just so funny sometimes. Like some of it's like very cringy. Others is very like nostalgic but I love it. There's this huge subculture of just like in America of Christian culture.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It definitely has like it can be like cringy sometimes. Sometimes it can be awesome, or if you were like growing up in it, you were like, this is the coolest thing ever. But looking back, I feel like there's definitely like a soft place in my heart for a lot of these things. But then some of it's just cringy.
Oh yes.
Which is great.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And it's kind of like interesting. So because I mean, this is no secret that Christian movies are known to not be the best, to say the least. That they have that reputation. I took the mustache off, by the way.
Oh.
It was getting on my nerves. I know. I'm sorry if you were excited about it. Anyway, but when Passion of the Christ came out, which is a fantastic movie, I mean, amazing, and Martin Scorsese. You know, are you familiar, Peter, with who that is? Okay, yeah. So if you don't know, he's like one of the most popular, successful like filmmakers of like all time. Like, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of his stuff, but like, you know, people love him. You know, he does good work, and when he saw this movie, he was so blown away that he was like, man, I think there's this like subgenre of movies that I need to tap into and see. So and again, this is the early 2000s. Like Christian movies have come a long way, but this is early 2000s. So he just went and started watching a bunch of Christian movies and was just like, he was just so disgusted. Like he was like,
I was wrong. This was a mistake.
Yeah, I was so wrong. But just the thought of him sitting down and like trying to watch these movies is like, what? Yeah,
that's amazing. Poor guy.
I know, and yeah, I guess unfortunately, it didn't capture his attention very much. But you know what? Maybe one day it will. That should be our goal as Christians. Oh, I'm getting a call, and I don't know why. I apologize for that.
So we're gonna do our starter packs, and I guess that we'll probably do an Instagram poll to see which you prefer.
Oh yeah.
So
and I'm ready to win again.
I don't know.
I'm ready to destroy. I don't think I'm gonna.
I think
do
you
well
peaked with your last poll. John finally won a poll.
With my 78% like victory.
That's a solid win, though. I mean, that's
it
decisive.
was, but I also lose every other one. So, I think you've won every poll you've been in besides that one.
So you're the underdog in this poll.
I am. I'm the underdog in life. Let's just be honest.
Oh no.
All right. Nah, that was supposed to be funny.
That was
but it
just
came
sad.
off sad.
It was a joke. I
All
swear.
right. It was a joke. It was a joke. All right. So, Peter, would you like to? Okay. So we had a little argument before this started, because, and I was going to casually just be like, "Hey, I'll take the first pick," so I could take the best one. But we had a little. You caught on to it, so I will grant you the first pick, and I'm gonna kill you if you take what I think you're gonna take.
Well, that's kind of an ultimatum almost.
No, it isn't. It's just a threat. It's no big
just
deal.
an open threat, take it how you will. So I'm gonna kick things off with probably something, not the pick you're thinking I'll take, but another one that you probably have on your list. But I'm gonna go with just kind of the genre of Christian, I guess, rock, rap, whatever is in there, but just a few.
Ooh.
I don't know if it's okay for me to take the entire thing, but I'm talking Toby Mac. I'm talking Lecrae, Switchfoot. It's all in there. So that's probably an unfair pick. But man,
it is a little bit. I had a little bit more narrow.
When I think of Toby Mac, I just have this one image in my head. It's this album cover from his album Tonight, where it's like black and white with the green text behind him. He's got like these sunglasses that are 3 sizes too big, and
they're like the ones from like the store, like the kid ones that are like as big as your face.
And he's got one of those hats. I don't know what it's called, but it's like kind of like it stands up and then is like just completely round around your head. It was like,
is it a fedora?
No, it's just a cap of some kind. It was popular at one point, stylish at one point, but.
I don't know. I'm trying to remember.
Now it's super retro. He kind of looks like he's trying to be Pitbull or something. But I just love it. I remember John sitting with you in your living room at like the ripe old age of like 13, listening to like Jesus Freak and all these other Tonight.
Yep.
Like you loved Toby Mac. I know that.
I did. And dude, actually, I'm looking at the picture. I pulled it up. I had a hat very similar because I was like, I gotta
get this exact.
It didn't look
I'm gonna
good.
dress up as Toby Mac for Halloween.
Dude, but you don't you celebrate Halloween? Come on, dude.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
No, hey, come on.
But yeah, I also just remember like Switchfoot being like such a big deal. Like they were like the band in Christian music. Like if you were a Christian conservative family, it's like, oh wow, Switchfoot. Like we can finally have like cool music to listen to that is also Jesus music. But it was just such a great time to be alive.
I didn't get into Switchfoot for a while. And then I saw them live because I used to go to a lot of Christian concerts and stuff, and I loved it. It actually happened with a lot of bands. Like I went to see Toby Mac. I was super excited, and like Skillet was before, and I was like, this is gonna be terrible. I don't want to see this band.
You didn't want to see Skillet?
And I didn't like them at the time. I was and then when I saw them live, it blew. I was like exposed to Christian rock for the first time, and I was just like I lost my mind, and that's when I went crazy for like 20 years.
Yeah, for the next 20 years.
20 years.
You're just projecting ahead. Like until I'm 29, I'll probably still be. Yeah. You were hooked though. You were hooked.
Yeah.
You had the posters,
it went away in high school.
Skillet posters. You were doing like the drum covers and all that stuff.
Oh yeah. And then I also I stood in line for like 10 or 12 hours at Creation Fest to meet them.
Oh my gosh.
I was just. Yep.
You got the haircut.
Yeah. Well,
you were rocking the mohawk at one point or another.
The faux hawk.
The faux hawk. I don't even know.
All right. Yes. Well, okay. Now I'm in a very interesting position because you took Christian pop / Wait, what did you take? I don't know if you could take all of it. All of Christian music.
I'll just take Toby Mac.
Okay. He was on my list.
Yeah.
Yes.
I had a feeling.
Okay. I want to take it from you. There's one pick, but I feel bad doing it, so I'm gonna hold off. And if you don't, I'll decide if I might take it later. I don't know.
Do what you gotta do.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna do it. I'm sorry, Peter. This might ruin our friendship forever, but I have to do it. Listen, I'm gonna be taking VeggieTales. I'm sorry, Peter.
King Bob and Larry.
Bad. King Bob and King Larry. Listen, VeggieTales is the absolute greatest thing that we have ever produced as Christians pop culture. In pop culture, not just in general, because there's a lot of awesome Christian things like, Christianity itself.
Post resurrection of actual Jesus. Dude, VeggieTales.
Post writing of the Bible.
The best thing that's happened to Christians.
Yes, absolutely. I believe that with my whole heart. I mean, think about it. Like, I remember being a kid and being exposed to VeggieTales and just being obsessed with it. But then you go to church and everyone else is obsessed with it. And at one point, Big Idea Productions was I think they were either the biggest or the second biggest animation company in the country.
They were
which
huge.
I didn't realize. They were huge, and they were on track to basically be like the next Walt Disney animation company. Like, they were gonna be huge, and then they went bankrupt. But that's a whole nother story. But VeggieTales is amazing. Where's my hairbrush?
Yes.
The
silly songs
cheeseburger.
With Larry, where did they come up with that gold?
Dude, it's amazing.
I remember.
And then they.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh. I was just gonna say, I remember I would be on YouTube. I used to do weird things like this for some reason, but I would watch the silly songs with Larry that I hadn't watched before, and I was just trying to watch all of them on YouTube. I haven't seen that one yet. And I would go and memorize the lyrics for no reason.
Dude, I'm not gonna take this, but I would do stuff like that, but I couldn't watch it on YouTube.
Oh.
You know where I had to watch it? On GodTube.
No
Let's
way.
go. I'm not gonna draft that, but yes, I wasn't allowed to use YouTube, so I'd always when you would tell me about Lego videos, Lego Star Wars or any other kind of thing, I'd have to find it on GodTube and hope that they had it. So I wasn't allowed for anything else. But dude, VeggieTales is so good. And then they had that awkward weird period where there was they kind of just started getting oh, it's all about morals, and then all of a sudden they were on Netflix and it was a completely different show, still voiced by the same people. But actually, recently they got picked up or they got somehow they got permission from the people who bought the rights to VeggieTales to make an actual VeggieTales show again, and it was on Yippee, which is a kid streaming service.
Yippee.
We got it for my son because he's getting to the age where he likes to watch a little bit of TV. So they would have new episodes every month. And it was called the VeggieTales Show, and it was very similar to the original VeggieTales, but it was kind of set do you ever watch the Muppet Show where it's almost like a Saturday Night Live, they're in a theater doing a sketch show, but you see behind the scenes, it's like that, and they would be behind the scenes trying to figure out okay, we got to come up with a story for today, and they would do one that isn't really about the Bible, and then they go, oh, that didn't really that wasn't good enough. Then they bring in the Bible story, and that really gets the point across. And it was so good. And then they actually, probably 3 months ago now, they fired everybody off the show. They literally fired all the creators, everything. All the people are gone now. So I don't know what's going to happen to it. I don't know what's happened to it. It might have posted new episodes. We haven't watched it since then. But VeggieTales is the GOAT.
When we were growing up, it was the glory days of VeggieTales.
Oh. Do you remember having movie nights at church and it would be VeggieTales?
Because what else were we gonna watch? Yeah.
Exactly. No, I remember we what's the one with the Abraham? I don't know what they called it.
I don't. Is it VeggieTales?
But we watched that. Yeah, it was VeggieTales. It was Abraham. And it was Pa Gray played Abraham, and we watched it at our home church at Grace at our church, in the sanctuary on the screen. Do you remember this?
I don't remember that.
You were definitely there, but and then we also watched the Huckleberry Finn one.
Oh.
Do you remember we watched that in Kids Blast, I think.
Really?
Or some event with Kids Blast.
Wow, we were really hooked on this
Kids
stuff.
Blast room. Dude,
when they start showing this stuff in the churches,
oh yeah.
They have made it.
Yes. Yeah, and then now we have Shama and all those guys who make videos on Instagram and stuff, and they make the VeggieTales remix. Shama actually had a VeggieTales show where he used their songs and stuff on Yippee too.
Wow, I didn't know that.
VeggieTales, it is, and then dude, how are we forgetting? You also with VeggieTales you get Veggie Rocks, which all the Christian rock bands of the early 2000s came together and turned. Do you know this?
No.
They turned all the VeggieTales songs into rock songs. Dude, they're actually really
Oh
good.
my god. Yes.
it's
Okay.
actually-
Because I remember you had
Yes.
like a cassette or a CD or something of this.
CD,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was so good. It had on the front had Bob and Larry, but like I think Larry had like a mohawk or something. Like it was like
Yeah.
something like very, very
Boys
weird.
in the Sink. That was like the group like
Oh,
of the VeggieTale rock band.
yes.
Boys in the Sink.
Yes.
Because they're veggies.
All right, Peter, what's your next pick?
My next pick, I am gonna have to go with. Oh, I really don't want you to take my number one, but I am gonna go with Narnia / Lord of the Rings.
Dude, I didn't even. You're right though. It is Christian like.
It is. And so that
Content.
was the whole thing. Like,
Oh.
I mean, Christian homeschool moms, like they just decide they are like the filter. Everything that like enters your child's
It's
mind
true.
passes through the filter of the homeschool mom. And so
Is there like a group they all meet and they're all like
yeah, so I
approve
think
and disapprove?
the council of the moms decided that Narnia was okay and that it was about Christianity, which is pretty like
Oh, yeah.
like the whole like Narnia series like by C.S. Lewis like is like an allusion or like allegory or something to Christianity
Yeah.
and God, and it's
It's
got
like metaphorical.
yeah, it's got some really cool stuff like that in it. So anyways, the council met up and decided Narnia was okay. But the council later on, or I guess this was beforehand, the council was very, very split over this idea of Lord of the Rings.
It's true.
But
It's very
mostly in favor of yes, Lord of the Rings is okay. Harry Potter is the devil. Yeah,
Absolutely
I'm sorry
not.
I
Yes,
even spoke the
it
name.
is so bad.
Yeah.
How dare you? The council's gonna come for you.
Harry Potter, why? Magic. Lord of the Rings magic, though, totally fine.
It's
all good.
okay because at the end of the day, Gandalf is supposed to be the Lord. I think that's what I heard.
And when the Lord uses magic, it's all good.
Oh my gosh. No, I remember asking my mom one time and being like, "Wait, why can I watch like there's a witch in Narnia?
Yeah.
There's wizards
exactly.
in Lord of the Rings and a necromancer, all this stuff."
Oh,
and,
yeah.
well, that was the Hobbit.
Lord of the Rings
And
like
then-
gets
but-
nuts with that stuff.
Yeah, but then it's like, but then why can't I watch Harry Potter? No, Harry Potter is terrible.
Yeah.
It's real witchcraft. The other stuff isn't real. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But
so that
I did rebel against the council, and
John,
I did watch the Harry Potters.
I don't. You still
And-
can't say that. They're still out there.
Oh, I can't. Oh, they're coming.
You're
to
not
get me.
out yet.
Honestly, I think my mom was just saving me from a lot of stupidity. I didn't like it at all.
Oh, you did watch it, you're saying?
I did.
Oh, I see.
when I was
still
older, when I was
haven't.
older.
I'm still living in fear.
I'm sorry for all the Harry Potter fans, including my wife. I didn't like it. I
Yeah.
didn't like it.
It's okay.
It just felt like
okay.
every one of them was a half of a story. And besides, Lord of the
Yeah.
Rings is better and more Christian, you know.
It's true. And Narnia, I
So-
think, is or like the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe movie is one of my most watched movies of all time because we had like all these DVDs on the wall, and it didn't even matter. Like we would just pick one of the DVDs, like we'd seen it 100 times, like pop it right back in. It's still entertaining. And Narnia was one of those
Oh,
movies
yeah.
for us.
My school, my college had, I think, maybe like one rack of movies in our library. I don't know why, but it was Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, Prince Caspian, and then just a bunch of like Bible documentaries and like teachings
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
I remem-
but those are the only two like features.
I remember one year at kids like the like Christian kids camp that we would go to. The theme was Narnia, and I think I either just like wasn't allowed to go that year or like I wasn't old enough. But I remember I was like ticked that I couldn't go. I was because like Narnia was like the coolest thing. Yeah.
For Narnia and for
Oh,
Aslan.
see, I just got
Dude. Oh.
chills, John.
Chills. Do you see the chills on
You
my
see them?
arm? Dude, that was honestly a fantastic pick,
Oh, thank
and
you.
I'm really, really annoyed that I didn't think of it first. But all right, so my next pick, I'm gonna go with. Oh, I'm trying to think. Can I draft Kirk Cameron?
Kirk Cameron.
I'm just kidding. Oh, he has
Left
the he has
Behind, question
the he has the like the lowest rated movie of all time on IMDb.
That's true.
All right, it is very true. Okay, so you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take Wow Worship.
Oh, I had that on my
Dude.
list.
Dude, let's go.
Wow.
It was and all right, so it's like a lot of them will say stuff like 30 powerful worship songs from today's top artist. It was like a playlist before playlists were like popular.
Yeah.
You know, you would just get the best of the best from that year, 30 of them thrown together. It was like Kids Bop, but for Christian adults.
Yeah, it's true.
Dude, and they had like, I'm pretty sure they had like did they do like every year, or did they do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? I think it was like 2000, 1999.
Yeah.
Like that.
I don't know.
From what I understand.
They may still make these.
Oh my gosh, dude, are you checking this?
I am fact checking this right now. They have a
Wow Worship 2020.
Yeah, well they have a Yeah, okay, Wow Hits 2019,
No.
2017 Deluxe Edition.
Do they know
You
their
can
Spotify?
You can still buy these CDs today. And they all have like the like most amazing album art. Like it always just says
yes.
wow in massive letters and like super vibrant colors. Like it's super like
Yes.
like 90s.
I
Got that 90s look.
I heard that they unveil each Wow Worship at the council's meeting every year.
Whoa. Dang.
That's what I heard. Yes, but Wow Worship, I think I owned a couple of them.
Yeah,
But
we did
every
too.
time you walked into hold on. I was going to say something, but I think I might draft it, so I'm not going to say.
Oh.
But you would just see it a lot everywhere and, all that stuff. And I'm not going to say any more, because if I say more, I'm going to give away another draft pick that
I'm
going
gonna
to
take your pick.
No, you're not. I thought you didn't hear.
I didn't hear it,
Okay.
but I think I know where you're going.
Okay, go ahead.
This is like one
Peter.
of my last ones. I think this is gonna be my last one,
Okay.
if that's okay. So
Oh, yeah.
I am going to go with, hey, Mom, can we watch Avengers? No, we have Avengers at home. Avengers at home. Bibleman.
No, it was on my list.
Bibleman, baby.
Dude.
This is
Oh.
gold. When we talk about
Oh, my
Christian pop
gosh.
culture, this is like right up there with VeggieTales. This is like a standard.
It is.
The like
I-
the glory and cringe of Bibleman is incredible.
It's mainly just cringe if you ever go back and watch.
Yeah, it's kind of rough to watch through. But I remember I only had a couple of them, but this was like
Yeah.
a big part of my childhood. I think we got like the costume at one point, and they had
Oh, yeah.
lightsabers. They had lightsabers in Bibleman.
Dude, I know.
Which I don't even know what they called them, because like lightsaber is trademarked, but like that was such
It was
a
the
big
word of
deal.
God.
Yeah.
That's all they would say. They would never call
This
it
is the
anything.
word of God. That's cool.
Because it was
This
he'd
is like the
suit up.
armor of
The blessed plate of righteousness.
shoes of the gospel of peace. Yeah, they had this whole like action sequence where like he like went into a room that was like all dark and like fog machine stuff was just like pouring out of this room,
Yes.
and there was a little like
Ugh.
there's a little like computer like showing what was going on, and it was like suiting him up, and he would come out in full garb. Miles Peterson.
In the
was-
full. Oh.
I just remember the intro. He's like Miles
It
Peterson.
was so dark.
It was dark, but this guy Miles Peterson, who would become Bibleman, is like
had everything.
he had everything. Yes,
Money.
Okay, you know this
power,
way better than
fame. Until he lost it. I'm
And
trying
he's
to
like
think what-
in this shot, he's like in a cemetery, like on his hands and knees in like this pouring rain, and he's like screaming.
Yes!
And he's like screaming at the ground, and it's like it
Dude,
like
and he's
slows it
agreeing-
down. Yeah, and he's like
He's
clawing
like-
at the
like-
ground.
he has mud in his hand, and
Yeah.
he's just like,
It's
oh.
really intense, actually. And then like
And when he says until he lost it, lightning, and he's screaming.
yeah, and then it's like, but when all hope seemed lost, he just finds as he's like clawing at the mud, like he just finds like a Bible like underground.
Oh.
It's pretty sweet, dude. I'm kind of getting those chills
Dude,
again.
If I had an aux cord connected to my setup right now, I would totally play it. I just
know.
don't, and we might get copyrighted. I don't
Miles
know. I
Peterson.
doubt it.
Yeah, I just remember that
Dude,
like the
that was
dramatic
so
announcer.
good.
It was an
Oh.
incredible show, and he just
And
became
it-
Bible Man.
Bible man.
Bible
Bible
Man.
man,
So
dude,
good.
it was so. And then there was Coates, his
His
sidekick,
sidekick.
and then Coates left. Do you remember he joined the military? But then, do you remember when he came back?
Yes, it was the trippiest
dude,
thing.
he shot him. He shot Bibleman,
No, they said like
but it wasn't Coates.
they said that Coates was a robot. Like,
Yes.
but then I was like, this was a huge point of confusion for me as a child. I was like, was he a robot like the whole time? Was this like,
I don't think
was
so.
he? Because he was like, oh, Coates had one red eye, not one red eye, one blue eye and one green eye, and like so
well,
he was.
I don't think the robot did. Right?
No, like that's.
Is that what it was?
Ooh, I don't see. That's
don't
just
know.
so confusing to me.
Dude, I know, but you had to wait. So Coates,
Coates
you
was
remember
the
his,
coolest character, and I was like, he can't be a robot.
You thought he was the coolest?
Oh yeah,
Dude, Team Cypher, bro.
isn't Cypher?
Cypher?
I don't even know if
okay,
I had him in one of my VHSs.
Oh. Okay, so Coates, like he came back. He was a robot, maybe. But do you remember what his weapon was?
I thought he had like a gun.
It was a net. No, well,
Was
I mean,
it
yeah,
a
when he
net?
shot Bibleman, but when he would like fight with Bibleman, it'd be a net, and it would like turn like gold or something like that.
What?
And then I don't know, he would just fling a net. But then Cypher, dude, Cypher was the best.
Okay, yes.
Because then it was his next sidekick, and he had in his hands, he'd have these like. They look like half circles, but like in his hands that he'd
Yes.
hold, but they
Okay.
were lightsabers. Dude, he was so cool.
That was
and I
pretty
remember
sweet. So he was.
I
Coates'
remember when he
replacement.
backslid. Yes.
Oh, he
I remember when he backslid in an episode. And the
What?
only thing that they showed was that he changed his clothes, okay? And he changed his clothes and he met up with old friends for pizza. That was it. And they were like, "Oh my gosh!" And they
You're
were
getting
like
together
I
with
don't know
those
what they were
old
trying.
friends, aren't you?
I know, but and that was it. And then he was fine. And then there was Bible Girl. There was Eunice,
Eunice,
the
the
computer,
computer.
basically like Jarvis.
Me and my brother like will
Dude.
still quote scenes from these VHS tapes from time to time. Like they are so ingrained.
Yes.
But I remember we had one
so
episode
fantastic.
where, and after this we can stop talking about Bible Man. We're going way off here, but there was one episode that was like a musical, and it was this guy, and his whole thing was each villain was like sort of like a personification of like a sin or like.
They would all sing, I think, though.
Oh, would
wouldn't
they? Was it all of them would sing?
I think they all did.
Really?
I think they all had a song.
See, I only had a couple of like Bible Man
Okay.
videos, but yeah, and it was just so great. Like this makes me really want to go back and check out some of my Bible Man tapes in the VHS player that I don't have. So,
Wait,
yeah.
were you going to say something about the song?
This is a real cringy memory, but I remember like me and my siblings like we like dressed up like the characters did in the show and like played out like the music video like with like air guitar and stuff like that. It was just a great time.
Dude, I wrote in to Bible Man and was
You
like,
wrote
you should
in?
have Bible. Dude, I was like, you should have Bible Boy. I'll do it. And they were like, thank you so much. If we ever want to do it, we'll contact you.
Are you? They
And,
they responded.
They did.
Whoa.
They did.
Dang,
and then
man, you really shot your shot there.
I did, dude. I had no shame. And then like
Wow.
me and so my family had a camera, and me and my childhood friend Joey, which you know Joey, we would record like these like Bible Man videos that we'd make, and he would always play like the sidekick and the bad guy, like he would like dual role, like he'd do like two things, and he would like come up with like a song or something. But when I was filming the bad guy like song sequence, right, the music video, I was like walking down my basement steps backwards and like filming him, and I missed the like I stepped back and I thought I was on the ground, and I went down like 4 steps, hit my head, plugged the camera, it like went flying and it destroyed the camera.
No,
dude.
the tapes
our
are
family
gone.
camera. The tapes are gone.
Not the fam
And
cam.
like literally I know we could never like recover what we made.
That's so
Oh,
sad.
it would have been amazing. I know. But that was, dude, Bible Man was on my list. It was fantastic. But for my last pick, I'm gonna reveal some other ones I had.
Sure.
Newsboys.
That's
because, dude, Newsboys
God's Not Dead.
Yeah, God's Not Dead.
Well, are you
God's
talking
Not Dead
about?
was on my list.
But are you talking about like the God's Not Dead Newsboys or like the like
Dude.
Shine Newsboys.
I'm talking about the brand Newsboys. That has literally been
Okay.
around since the beginning of time. It has been around forever, and it will go on forever, no matter how
Amen.
terrible the music is.
Amen.
All right, and the God's Not Dead was on my list. Obviously, we talked about Toby Mac, Silver Ring thing, but the one I'm gonna pick is Lifeway Christian Bookstore, dude.
I just got like
I
a warm, fuzzy
think, like-
feeling when you said that.
Yes, because like I remember, and not even just Lifeway, but the Christian bookstores, like they all were the same, even
Yeah.
if they weren't the same company. You go in and they have just like tons of Christian books, and it was always, you're right. Like I get a warm feeling, I think, because it was always like we'd always go when it was cold out, so it'd be kind of warm in these Lifeway stores, and then
Yeah, they would bring you
they
hot
would have,
chocolate.
some
and,
Christian
just kidding.
music. They would have like Christian decor, things you could buy. They had Christian music playing, and I just remember like always going for like the CDs. They had tons and tons and tons of CDs of Christian music. They had tons of Christian movies, tons of Christian books. They had choir robes in like the back left corner of our store. Which I thought would.
That was like for me too. All like the local
Yeah.
places were like that.
Yep. And then you had your wall of just like VeggieTales like merch and toys, Bibleman action figures, all of it. It was all there. Oh, and I just Lifeway, and now they're just online. They've closed down every one of their stores, which is sad.
It's very sad. I mourn for the children of today.
Yeah, I know. I've got many a CDs from there, and I'd hope to get many more, but now we don't use CDs or Lifeway.
So are you gonna introduce your son to these things?
If I could take him to a Lifeway, I'd rather take him to a Lifeway than a Toys R Us, and you can fight me on that. I would.
And you can fight.
Dude, Lifeway was literally the Toys R Us for Christians.
So good.
And dude, I want him to watch Bibleman. I want him to experience VeggieTales. He has experienced VeggieTales. He loves VeggieTales.
If he doesn't listen to Mac Daddy by the time he's 5, I'll be very upset with you.
Dude, he 100% needs to listen to Mac Daddy. Dude, you know what is, and this is actually a little sad, because I was gonna say I loved when you would hear like every album had one track of True Dog. Do you
His
remember
son,
this?
Yeah.
Fortunately, his son has passed away, which is really sad.
It was really sad.
Yeah, but I was gonna say like, oh, and he could listen to like all the True Dog songs, but that
Yeah.
is very
They're
sad.
still
But
out there.
That was always
They're archived.
yeah. I always loved going and like trying to find the True Dog track.
Yeah.
That was on like each album.
Because you were like,
know?
oh, he's like, I could be True Dog. I'm like 13.
Dude, yes. I was the same age, so I was like, this could be me.
He inspired
and
a
I'd like
generation.
memorize it. Yeah, actually, yeah. Technically, Toby Mac has inspired this podcast because he's the one that put the tracks out, made us think about it,
It's
and
true.
then eventually we said, hey, we can't rap, but I guess we can try and podcast, maybe? Question mark?
Thanks, Toby.
Maybe Goatee Records will pick us. Goatee Records will pick us up.
Thanks,
That
Mac
was his
Daddy.
record label.
This one's for you.
Yeah, next week join us as Toby Mac comes on.
Come on.
I wish.
We're shooting big
That would
here.
be fantastic.
we
Shooting
have
big.
like our lineup of like dream guests, like Toby Mac, whatever your PureFlix guy is. I don't even know.
David A.R. White.
Oh, so good.
Oh, man. All right. Well, Peter, I think that just about wraps up.
That does it. All right,
our
so
Christian
our
pop culture starter
packs. Yours was, read them off for me.
I had. I'm trying to think of my first one. Did I even? Was it VeggieTales? Because you went first, right? No.
Yeah, you
What was my
took
first one?
VeggieTales, Wow CDs, and
Lifeway.
Really?
Yeah. Did I miss one?
Did you do 4?
How many did you
I only
do?
did 3.
This is bad.
So mine were Toby Mac, Narnia, and Bibleman.
Okay, yeah, then we're good. So, yeah. Well, I hate to say it, but you might beat me in the polls, but Peel Pals, please have my back. Remember, he called you chumps, I called you pals. Just remember that.
My Patassa chumps.
All right, we will see you next week. We have nothing to put at the end.
I was just not saying anything so you would have nothing.
I'm gonna put that.